Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad fathir. Today, we're going to do an intermediate grammar project to presentation. So let's start the next slide. So today, I'm going to explain about degree of comparison. What is degree of comparison? Degree of comparison is a part of English grammar that have function to compare a person or thing. Degree of comparison also have three different forms. The positive form is a basic. The comparison form is when two people or thing are compared, and the superlative form is when three or more people or thing are compared. Also, degree of comparison are only single adverb and adjective. So the first type is positive. The positive form is the most basic degree of comparison. It is generally used when describing one person. The positive form and also be used when comparing two or even three or more people or thing. The form is subject to be verb as adjective or verb as the subject. For the example is Sarah is as tall as Marina. So here Sarah as a subject is as to be as tall as a adjective as Marina as subject. Next is Teddy's car is as fast as sports car. Teddy's car as an object is as a to be as fast as a adjective and as sport car as an object. And it's good the same for the next example, like they are studying as quickly as Flash. She is smart as her brother. Next is comparative one. Comparative is used when people or things are compared that have higher degree of comparison than the positive. Moreover, in the comparative form, the adjective is overformed by adding er in the end of the words. Example is faster. In other words, another option would be used more at the front of the word. So there's two formulas for the So there's two formulas for the comparative. Is formulas one is subject to be verb, adjective, adverb plus er plus then plus subject, and also subject to be plus verb plus more per adjective plus adverb plus then plus subject. For example, is Marina is smarter than her sister. Marina is as a subject, is as a to be, smarter as an adjective with her in the end, than her sister as a subject. And the next is I got more work than Sabrina. I as a subject, more work as an adjective than Sabrina as a subject. And it's good the same for the next example. Sabrina runs faster than Taylor. Koi is cuter than Will. For the last type is superlative. Superlative degree is type of comparison that used for state, object, or person. Most among everything, it is to compare an object on the highest quality than the other object. So example is one-syllable. There's a one-syllable adjective is subject to be plus the plus adjective for s plus noun plus context. The most multi-syllable adjective is subject to be the most adjective noun plus context. For example, also superlative has regular adjective. These words do not follow any suffix rule and change them from completely. Like for example, like bad to worse, good to best, much to most for others. And also the word that have the consonant y in the end must change consonant y into e and add s in the end. For example, happy to happiest, heavy to heaviest, chubby to chubbiest, dirty to dirtiest. For example, is Ryan is the most smartest person in class. So the Ryan as a subject here and is smarter as a adjective. And the person in the class is as a subject or context that Ryan in this context is the most smarter among other students or the best or smarter student among his classmates. And the next is Lina has the prettiest dress at the prom night. So Lina as a subject, the prettiest as a adjective, and the dress from the like as a context that Lina has the best or prettiest dress among all the people on the prom night that night. For this, also the same as the other example, such crocodile is the most generous among other animals. Bambi is the cutest character in the Disney universe. Also here's an example from mass media. iPhone is making the normal such period since record keeping began in 1940 from the Twitter network June 6, 2004. And for second example, the US economy grew a bit faster than initially thought in the third quarter by Reuters January 23, 2026. So the next is correlative conjunctions. What is correlative conjunctions? Posted on Journal by Abraham Suntayo on 2025. Correlative conjunctions are linked words that consist of two parts are used to give emphasis to the combination of two structures that are balanced They are regarded as a team conjunction because they are used in pairs. In other words, correlative conjunction is a pair of words that connect equal element in a sentence. So the first step is both and end. With the use of both and so the two objects to do the thing. Basically, that two objects are connect in a way that they do the same action. For example, I'll do both homework and project that night. So in the example, the context is as a subject doing homework and project at the same night. So yeah, so both and end is used for both for the subject. They imply that they do both a thing or object. And so this goes the same as in next. For example, like I have much misomar, both misomar and hereditary. Both Sam and Daniel are going to Paris next month. Gabriel chose both Freddie and Jonas partners. The next step is either or. When we use either or, is a sentence that we're connecting two positive statements about something that are equally good. For example, I either matcha or coffee. So in this subject, I is like or positive about matcha or coffee. And it goes for the example like they have to choose either yellow or blue dress. So in this sentence, like yellow and blue dress is also equally good. So that's why he's either or. And it's also the same for the other example like Sarah love either strawberry or cheesecake. Morgan take either magazine or love novel from library. Neither nor unlike either or. Neither nor are used to connect to a negative statement. So such as I don't like neither matcha nor coffee. So in this statement, neither nor is used for the negative sentence. So in this context, I don't like either coffee. So subject context is subject doesn't like neither matcha or coffee. And the next is they neither choose the yellow nor the blue dress. Florence had neither strawberry nor cheesecakes. John don't pick neither novel or magazine. Next is not only but also. This kind of conjunction is usually used to emphasize and to link two words or two parts together at the same time. For example, it's not only a smart person but also talented. Not only is Mary an architect but also a great mother figure. Not only is it dangerous to go out in the forest alone, but also there's a lot of wild animals. Not only she's a singer but also a singer. That's good as well dancer. Next is rather than. That is corrective conjunction. The use of this corrective conjunction to show a preference. Rather die as a hero than live enough as to become fan. I'd rather live alone than have to stop with you, Jenny. I'd gone to Singapore than in Indonesia. He rather watch drama than comedy movie. And also there's an example from the mass media. Chief tell nation the egg rather than score point at COP28 from the print 6 December 2023. And also or this distinctive both of point pad and call to action from the Baron 30 July 2019. It is also this reference I use for this presentation. So we're going to the part 2 of the project. So for the first one is relative causes paragraph. So this is the sentence and I have found the grammatical error in it and I have marked it with yellow marker. And also the fixed one is one is the student who won the competition is my friend, the feminine. So in this sentence is the who one because who is the relative clauses who is used for the person or someone, not the object. So and what is defining? Defining is a paragraph that needs to have relative clauses in it, so the context would matter. The context will match or will same because there's a paragraph or sentence that you don't have to put relative clauses that doesn't change the context, but there's another sentence that have to add the relative clauses so the context is fixed or context that the context will match with the with the sentence. So this is defining. And two is the second is she met a professor whose book was published last year, defining. And the correct I have the classmate who studies linguistics every day, defining. The laptop that I bought is slightly broken, defining. And also that was is for possession of someone, like so what someone doing or someone have to in the life, like was is for possession. Like for example, the second is she met a professor that have published a book last year, so it's like possession. So we gotta change the was. And also that is for thing or both thing or subject. And the 5 is the lecturer would suggest syntax is very popular among students, not the meaning. Because without the we can just delete we can just remove the teacher's syntax in the sentence. It doesn't change the context of the sentence at all, because the lecturer in the end is very popular among students. We can just delete the teacher's syntax. So in this sentence, you don't have to just relative causes that it doesn't change the context of the sentence at all. So that's why it's not defining. And 6 is the building. What we discussed about yesterday will be done soon. The defining also is the same as the 5. We can just remove the that we discussed word. We just remove them, and this context of the sentence is not even changed, because in the end the buildings will be demolished. So we just so the relative causes is as a adding in this sentence. It is not really important in this sentence. So 7, the researcher whose article received an award works is among the researcher whose article received an award works at the famous university. And the last one is, this is the campus where I studied for 4 years. And so next is question 2, the degree of comparison paragraph. So there is a grammatical error had been found and had been marked with yellow marker. And so this is the so this is the fixed one, or the fixed paragraph. My university is larger than the university is my hometown. Comparative, because this sentence is a part of relative classes that have comparative, because it's like the reason university they're in is biggest than their hometown. And the second is, among all students in my class, Sarah is smarter student, superlative. And this semester is easier than the previous one, comparative. The river is quieter than the cafeteria, comparative. English is more interesting than mathematics for many students, comparative. My laptop is more expensive than my friend's laptop, comparative. Among the 3% and John presentation at best, superlative. The new classroom is most comfortable room in a building, superlative. Traveling by train is cheaper than traveling by plane, comparative. The elevator is worse than the elevator, comparative. So, so the difference between comparative and superlative is, comparative is just compare with what two or things together. But superlative is like the most people then find from the best. So yeah, this is different from superlative and comparative syntax. So the next is correlative conjunction. What is correlative conjunction? Sorry. So correlative conjunction. So there's a correlative conjunction that I have been marked red with yellow marker. So, and there's a fixed one. And first one is both the lecturer and student were interested in the seminar. Either the manager or staff member are responsible for the project. Neither the teacher nor the student was prepared for the presentation. Not only does the library provide the resource, but also provide study spaces. Whether the meeting will be online or offline has not been dedicated yet. Sooner or had been natural start, the several students arrived late. Secretly, that I have finished my assignment when the lecturers announced new text, but the professor and the assistant conduct the workshop. So that's for the presentation for today. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.